From the beginning, our doctors, the facility, the nurses, the whole staff really made our journey really easy. They were always on the phone for us whenever we needed them. If we had any questions, no matter the time, they were always there for us.
Mm-hmm. They were able to lay out a really distinct, well-organized plan. You know, this is when we're going to start this, and lay it out that way. So we had a timeline in front of us. It wasn't a guessing game. We knew, you know, where our journey was beginning and where we, you know, hoped it was going to end at the end of that process. But they were, you know, always accessible. Any questions we had, they didn't have the answer. They'd always get it to us, and just made us feel very welcome. You know, that no question is a dumb question.
Very comfortable with them, for sure.
Absolutely. Because, you know, going into that setting for anybody, you know, you feel vulnerable and nervous. You don't know what to expect. So I think CCRM does an excellent job at, you know, really just diminishing all those worries and fears that someone could have.
So after our egg retrieval, we ended up with 18 eggs. 11 of them were fertilized, and we ended up freezing, I believe, 8 embryos. 5 girls, 3 boys?
Something like that. And then, you know, after we tried our first IVF attempt, Romy is the one that's carrying. We got our blood work done, I think, maybe 4 to 6 weeks later, maybe a little less, and we got the good news that we were pregnant. So we were elated, and from there it was like, oh wow, now we're actually pregnant. What are the next steps from here? Where do we go from here? So CCRM was great with facilitating that kind of transition from you're pregnant, we're gonna come in and check on you, make sure everything looks good, and then they actually helped refer us to our next provider that delivered our daughter. So they were always in the process, even if, you know, they weren't there the whole time. You know, this technology and these resources are out there for this reason, and, you know, if you guys want to have a family,
absolutely
do it.
Go with it.
It will be the craziest but best experience of your life.
Oh my God, the most amazing journey, the most amazing decision we have ever made.
I could not imagine my life without her. Words cannot describe how much we love that little girl, and without her, I don't even know, I couldn't imagine my life without her. So I look at her and I'm like, that is the best decision I ever made. And I look at her and I'm like, you know what, she looks like me too, which I think is very cool. But she acts just like her mom.
When I look at Ava, I see the best decision we have ever made. For sure not the easiest journey, but I see her and I see that what we went through was worth it.
Absolutely.
At the beginning it wasn't up until I got diagnosed with anxiety, postpartum anxiety, that I looked for a community for support.
And I think in finding that community, we were able to find even more without realizing, you know, how much support is out there and how many people
are going through the same thing we just went through.
And how many resources you have, and, you know, you have so many similarities, all these people out there, but you may just not know it. And by opening those channels and communication, we were able to connect with them, and ultimately Romy has been able to kind of share her story about what she experienced and help others do the same.
Absolutely, and it was nice for us to find the community, find people that were going through the same, and at the same time, be able to support other people who are going through the journey or are thinking of going through the journey. Right. So it's been absolutely incredible. Yeah.
And we've had the pleasure of meeting all types of couples like us, couples that aren't like us. There are so many different people out there that, you know, do need to go through this journey that, you know, people may not be aware of, but it's nice to know you're not alone.
So when Ava was born, for us it was extremely important for her to see that she wasn't the only one that had 2 moms. There are more kids that have same-sex parents, or not even same-sex parents, just the one mom or the one dad.
Right.
There are different types of families.
Right. A family isn't defined by a mom and a dad. It can very well be, but it could be defined by 2 dads. It could be defined by 2 moms, 1 mom, 1 dad, different nationalities and backgrounds. The options are endless. You know what a family could look like.
Yeah, love defines a family.
Right.